All right, so here we are at our newest listing, 6077 Skyline Boulevard in Oakland. First and foremost, this amazing view. First of all, you see downtown San Francisco, you see Salesforce. From the house itself, pretty much, I would say at least 180-degree views all the way around, from everything from San Francisco to the Marin headlands, all the way to the peninsula. Let's go inside. The home needs a little bit of work. It's a bit of a fixer. First thing is, super quiet street. It is a bit of a thoroughfare, but not a lot of cars drive by, actually. So it's like a main street here, but we're so high up the hill already that there's just not a lot of cars driving by in general. Plenty of parking, fairly wide. Basically, this garage is almost flush with the street. It's a little bit of a downslope, but not too bad. Two-car driveway, plenty of street parking. So parking is not an issue. And if you have a really nice car, if you have something like low to the ground, you have a Porsche or a Aston Martin or something cool, and you want to park it, it is a little bit of a slopes down, and then you could potentially scratch the bottom. So I would put those rubber mats right there, and then it should be good to go. So a couple of ideas I had. That roof needs to be replaced. It's in super rough shape. There's like a lot of dry rot I see and a lot of other issues. For this listing, we didn't do our usual kind of prep work and repairs because it would have been a little extensive, and the sellers didn't necessarily want to put that money out to do all of that, but also it's a lot of money, it's a lot of time. But an idea that I had is replacing the roof and then building like a roof deck, keeping the skylights, maybe even adding skylights. Probably would need to reinforce the framing of this to make sure that it can hold weight. I don't see why you wouldn't put a really cool rooftop deck here to take advantage of the view, because as you'll see, we're kind of limited in the yard space because it's sloping down pretty heavily. You would want to maximize your usable outdoor space as best you can, and I just think it's just a no-brainer if you can do it. I'm not sure exactly like what the permitting or planning, or if you got to get approvals from neighbors or things like that, but if you built a rooftop deck here, you wouldn't be obstructing anybody's view or really causing any issues, and I think that would be like a really cool idea. And you could either build a little like walkway over here to there, or build plenty of room to build a little staircase, maybe like a spiral staircase, maybe something off the deck, maybe multiple entrances up here. Another thing I've been seeing is a lot of bikers. So a lot of people are cycling, road biking up here. A lot of good recreation. We are on a steep downslope here. Staircase is it's okay. It feels a little on the wobblier end when you kind of step on different pieces of it, but it's okay for the most part. I think it's salvageable. You can make some repairs and kind of clean it up a little bit, and it's okay. If you want to peek in here, you got a good amount of little storage space right in there. I have a nice little front yard like this in my home, and I love the front yard. You got a sliding glass door here, you got the kitchen right here, you got the living room over there, and the front yard I think is one of the coolest things to have if you have a good usable front yard for barbecue grills and just like a front patio hangout area. And I mean, you could fit garden boxes, and you can clean this up a little bit. There's a lot of like ivy, and you can do some pruning here and add some if you want to garden and stuff. My wife likes to garden, so we grow our own vegetables and stuff like that. We have a few garden boxes, so you do get a good amount of, I think, sunlight coming. Yeah, I think you get a lot of good sunlight throughout the day. This is a really cool usable space. You prune it up a little bit, maybe you even terrace that a little bit and make it a little bit flatter, add another retaining wall on that side. I think you can really do a lot with the space and make it really usable. Let's go around a little bit over here. You do got the side entrance to the deck with, again, just awesome views, beautiful, really cool, really nice. What this house has is a very tall basement. So here's the house, and then because we're on this steep hill, from the bottom of where you're able to enter the crawl space from the back of the house, there's, I would say, at least 25, 30 feet of height, so that you can probably build another story down below this, and then maybe even another one below that. So there's a lot of room for expanding and making the house bigger. Feels to be a lot of sloping. So what we did here is a drainage and foundation report by Bear Engineering. They're a great company. They do really good detailed reports. And so when I came in here, I felt a lot of difference in the leveling of the house. And so just had them do a drainage and a foundation report. They have a lot of data for the area. They said the difference in elevation was pretty standard for the area. So I was pretty surprised to hear that, and it sounds good. But we also did a termite report and a home inspection report. There's a lot of deferred maintenance, let's just say. So there's a lot of dry rot wood and a lot of issues that can be fixed. And whoever buys this home has a lot of work cut out for them, but there's a lot of potential to make it nice. So you see right here, this baseboard and kind of this elevation difference. So that's what caused me to think, okay, there's like, you know, some settlement or potentially drainage issues or maybe even foundation problems. But their engineering report came back, and you don't got to knock the house down. You can salvage it and just redo a few things and make some repairs. I think the floor plan is really cool. You got this dining area here. The kitchen's a little tight, so maybe you make a bigger kitchen. That's an idea. Living room. This looks to me like this was probably like an outdoor patio at some point, and then they turned it into a enclosed space. And I really felt the settlement over here too, and you can kind of see it over here, like this has shifted quite a bit. You got a fireplace right here. Pretty cool because you're right off the kitchen, dining area, living room, and then you got access through here, but potentially you can even open this up and add another sliding glass door and then create like a really cool open. You can potentially open things up, really take advantage of this awesome view.